All right. Welcome, everybody, to the webinar for hosting a great client event. I am very excited to be doing this, what may be the first of many webinars that we do on topics like this, depending on if you guys like this. So once you guys have a chance to watch this and think about it, please do send in your questions, your comments, and kind of anything else that you want to say about it. Because if this is something that you guys enjoy, I can start putting together perhaps even more of these on topics similar to this. So I'm really looking forward to talking to you guys about hosting client events. This will kind of be an overview of how you can get started with this, because a lot of you have been talking about wanting to get into hosting client events, and some of you are already hosting client events, which is awesome, very cool. So why don't we just kind of start diving right into hosting a great client event. So welcome to the webinar, and let's begin. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about here today. We're going to talk about why would you want to host an event, different types of events that you can host, where you can get started in terms of putting these together, what to do before, during, and after the event, and then a simple event idea, and we will recap kind of this whole webinar that we're going through here. So that's what we're going to cover today, and we'll walk through it all right now. So why host an event? Why would you guys want to host a client event? I'm sure that you can answer this for yourselves, and you all have understanding and reasons why you would want to host an event. But the one thing to think about is your clients are the reason why you make money, right? If it weren't for them, there wouldn't be income coming in. If it weren't for them, there wouldn't be people to serve. So why not appreciate them, right? Why not throw them an event that says, hey, you know what? Thank you guys so much for your business. It's been wonderful, and I wanted to give back to you all. Now, you guys are giving tremendous service. And remember, when you are serving your clients, you always want to serve as best as possible, providing them with that amazing experience that makes them want to refer you and keep coming back for even more and more and more. Hosting an event is a way to get out of the real estate and just get into engaging and talking to your clients. The other thing is you're creating a community of people, right? So these people who you work with, they're your community. And whether you believe that or not, they enjoy community. That's why people buy homes. They want to be in a community. They want to have this togetherness feeling, and an event is a great way to bring your clients together and have them experience that community and celebrate the community that is your brand and helping them buy and sell real estate. So what's great about this is if you take appreciation, which is what you're doing with this event, and add in community, it's going to also lead to a lot of referrals. Client events are a great way to generate referrals because there is all of these great things that can come with client events. You have the setup of it, which is going to create auto flow for you during the event, where you're creating this lasting impression, this wonderful experience that's going to have memories for them. And then afterwards, on the follow-up side of things, you have even more content that you can send out to them. All of it not necessarily related to real estate, but associated with your brand. So appreciation plus community equals referrals, and that's what we are generating here. Obviously, the goal isn't to create referrals. The goal is to add value to our clients, but it's really nice to see how this math actually does work. So this is why you want to host a client event. And you don't even have to do one. You can do several throughout the year. As you'll see as we walk through it, you can have simple events. You can go up to complicated events. So why don't we then move right into the different types of events that you could host, right? It could be simple gatherings. You can have a simple cocktail party, maybe where you just reserve a space at a restaurant or a bar and you have people come and, you pick up the tab for everybody and you get to kind of mix and mingle and hang out a little bit. You can host, simple events at your office or your house, simple gatherings that allow people to come together and you just enjoy the time together. You can also go with themed parties or even holiday parties. So Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, 4th of July parties. 4th of July is coming up. So all of these different themes and holidays that you can plan parties around. Just a few weekends ago was the Kentucky Derby. You could do a fun Kentucky Derby themed event, and you can have all these fun things associated with it. You can do, fall events that are surrounded, have to do with Halloween or pumpkins or things like that. A lot of different ways that you can come up with themes to host an event. You can also do educational events. So an educational event might be having a guest speaker, having a mortgage lender come in and talk about interest rates. That would be maybe not very exciting, but it would certainly be educational. Maybe it's having an interior designer come in and talk about interior design, or having a builder come in and talk about building homes. Anything that's educational. It doesn't even have to necessarily be real estate related. Maybe it's education on personal wellness. There's a really top personal wellness person, and you want to have this event where people can come talk about, learn about eating healthy and physical activity and things like that. That would be an educational type of event. Entertainment would be another type of event you can have. So maybe you create an event around going to a concert, or maybe you host some type of concert. Maybe it's going to a movie, right? A lot of people like to rent out movie theaters on an kind of an off day for the theater, but maybe it's a new movie and you can rent out the movie theater and you can all get together and enjoy the entertainment of that. Maybe it's a play or something like that. So entertainment, that would be an event surrounded by something that is there to, is the main event to be entertained by people. A comedy experience could be great too. Experience events. So these could be like action or adventure type of events where maybe you get together and you do a ropes course kind of thing, or you take a day at a theme park, or maybe it's a cooking class, something where all of your guests are engaging in an activity where you're creating kind of this experience around whatever that is. Wine and painting was a very popular a couple years ago. I'm not sure if a lot of those places are still around, but creating an event around some type of defined experience, whether it's action adventure. Maybe you have a lot of clients who love to do bicycling, so you do a bicycling event, or you have a lot of clients like to run, so you do a 5K type of thing all together, or a Tough Mudder. That would be quite intense, but it would be a lot of fun. So kind of creating an event around some type of experience. Charity events as well, and I know some of you actually already do these. So setting up some type of event where it's a fundraiser for a charity of your choice, something that you're really dedicated to or really passionate about. Great ways to set up events and include your clients in that. Just because you do business with these people on the real estate side doesn't mean they can't be also involved in the other things that you're interested in. And if that happens to relate to something that involves a charity, why not? Make these events fun and enjoyable for everybody, and include your clients in those. So those are just some types of events that you could do. I'm sure you guys can think of some others. Maybe these spark some other ideas for you about different types of events you can host. But in general, these are kind of 6 categories that you can pick and choose from to create some client events throughout the year. So where do you start? So now you've picked a type of event, or you've decided on that you want to have a client event. So where do you start? The first place to start is knowing your audience. Okay, so all of your clients will come from different backgrounds and everything. So you have to kind of select maybe a segment of your clients or an audience. Now, remember, clients don't necessarily just mean people you've done business with, by the way. These are all the people that you know and provide real estate advice to. So don't exclude people from your events because you haven't done business with them yet. Okay, but know your audience. So once you can kind of decide on your audience, for example, I talked about cycling. If you have a lot of people who are cycling enthusiasts, those are the people you're going to want to like design an event around. However, the other thing is everybody can be included in certain types of events, particularly themed or holiday events or simple gatherings. But knowing your audience is important so that you can start to select the different things that go into that event. If you have a lot of high-end clients, you maybe want to, punch it up a lot. If you have a lot of people that love to be outdoors, maybe you want to have kind of a more comfortable outdoorsy feel. So things like that. Know your audience so you know that what you want to play to with the event, instead of making it just kind of this basic thing that people don't understand why it's happening. Then you want to select the event type. So what type of event do you want to host? Do you want to host an entertaining event, or do you want to do some type of experiential event? Select that event type that we just went over. Then set a budget. Decide how much you want to spend on this event, and that might vary depending on what type of event you pick and how many people do you think would actually attend, right? Then you want to select a venue. So where is this event going to take place? And then set a date. And now you're all ready to get started, right? You just kind of select these things, decide on who the audience is, select an event type, set a budget, determine where you want to host this event, and then set a date. And now you're ready to get started, okay? So some things that you want to make sure you include in every event, right? So this is, regardless of the type of event you have, you want to have kind of some staples there that kind of make this a lasting, memorable event. First thing is food and drink. Always good to have, something for people to munch on and drink when they're at the event. If you want to serve alcohol, go ahead, but you don't have to, right? Just having something that's, some type of refreshment for people. Also, having a photographer, a videographer, or a photo booth, some way for people to capture memories from the event and for you to document it. These things are very, very important because you can use these in your marketing materials and you can share these pictures and videos and other things with your clients and the people who attended the event. And photo booths are always fun. People love them. That's why you see them at pretty much every single wedding and other types of events that are similar to that. So really, whether you're hiring a photographer or videographer or you have somebody on your staff or your assistant, somebody who can even take pictures on your iPhone, whatever you decide to do, but having someone there, making sure that things are getting documented. I'll talk more about that as we move through too. Having some type of music or entertainment at your event, unless it's obviously an entertainment type of event. If you're, going to watch a movie, that's going to be the entertainment. If you're going to a concert, that's going to be the entertainment. But if you're doing any of the other types of events, a simple gathering, a themed event, make sure there's something to kind of keep the energy level up. You don't want to only rely on your personal energy and the energy of your clients to keep the event going. So make sure you have some type of music or entertainment to keep that energy level high and the positive vibes flowing. Another thing to think about is some type of event manager or an assistant. You don't want to end up taking over the whole thing and spending your entire time at the events, making sure the food's in the right place and the drink's there and, doing all the operations of your event. Certainly simple events, it might be easy to manage some of these things. I know many of you probably have hosted parties at your home and everything, and it is not super difficult to do, but you want to spend your time engaging with your clients, talking to them, asking forward questions and things like that. So really think about having someone help you with the operational side of the event on the day of. Another thing you can do is create a hashtag. Create a hashtag for your event so that people can easily share on social, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or wherever, and then you can go search and find those things and like them and comment on what they do. So a hashtag could be, Matt's client's party or whatever. I don't know. Something you can come up with something, maybe it relates to the theme or whatever it is. Think about having a hashtag that makes things easily shareable. You can use that in the pre, during, and after stuff as well, as we will talk about in a minute. So those are some things to consider for every single event that you do, regardless of the type of event that it is. So now it's time to get planning and get this event going. So in the beginning, you want to create some pre-event hype, right? So first, you're going to be establishing a guest list. Pick out your guest list, decide on, you're going back to knowing your audience and all that stuff. Establish that guest list and then call everybody and invite them to save the date. Say, hey guys, we're going to have this great event. It's going to be on this day. I just wanted to let you know in advance. I'm going to be sending out some invitations, but I wanted to give you a call and personally invite you to it. This is when it's going to be. I really look forward to seeing you there. So make sure, and this helps you get through the 50 live conversations per week too, right? Because now we got to call everybody and invite them to this amazing event that we're going to have. And then what you want to have is some type of RSVP platform. So there's a lot of great sites out there like Paperless Post, Evite, RSVPify, Eventbrite, and even just using a Facebook event very basically to have some type of platform so that you know who's going to come. You create this guest list. You don't want to make it open-ended because you need to plan how many people are going to be there. So do make sure that you let people know you really appreciate their RSVP by setting an RSVP date. So using a platform, I'm a big fan of Paperless Post. I've used it before. You can create evites that way, and they can also do mailable invitations because we do want to do a mail invitation, as you can see on this list. But once you choose your RSVP platform, then you create your event there, create a Facebook event as well, and put in the link to go to the RSVP platform. Because some people will say they're interested or going on Facebook, but it's not really sometimes a great RSVP platform, although it can be used. But have a link to the actual RSVP platform within the event And then invite all your friends that are on Facebook, invite them to the event and allow them to share that with others if that's something that you are opening up to have them bring other people to the event. So create the Facebook event, throw some fun pictures up there. This is also going to give you a platform to engage with people on. That's exclusively for that event. Then send out the email invitation, right? From the RSVP platform, they all have some type of email invite system. Send that out and let people know, hey, this is the event. And then follow up with another mailable invitation. Say, hey, and on the mailable invitation, have like a link. You can think of using a shortening service like bit.ly, bit.ly, and you can create a short link that you can put on your mailable postcard so people can then type that into their internet browser and go and RSVP for your event as well. And then you want to have a follow-up email invitation as you're leading up to it, and then frequent postings within the Facebook event, telling people how excited you are. If you've done prior events, you can kind of post some fun pictures from the prior one saying, hey, we're looking forward to seeing, John, do his chicken dance again at the event coming up. And so you can kind of create that community before the event even takes place. Remember, people love being part of a community. So use this as an opportunity to send that. So if we look at this here, we are calling people. We're going to invite them on Facebook. We're going to send them an email invitation, and we're going to send them a mailable invitation and a follow-up email invitation. So that's 5 times that these people are going to get invited to this event. And you can spread that out over the course of 2 months, 5 weeks, so they each get one a week. Obviously, the Facebook event and the email invitation are probably going to come out at the same time. And then you have the mail invitation, so maybe it's every 4 weeks or so, or you can fit it all into a 4-week period. So this is going to create your pre-event hype and get everybody all excited about coming to your event, and really use that Facebook event space to get people excited. And you can even then post on your own social media, and you can talk about it when you just have your regular conversations with people as well. Get everybody hyped up. Now, it's come to event day, and we are ready to rock and roll and have the event of the century. And so things to keep in mind during the event: greet everyone. Make sure that you're in a place near the front of where people come in, where you can easily see people come in and greet everyone. Everyone knows that you're there to be the host and that you need to say hi to everybody, so people won't really necessarily occupy all your time unless you go into the back somewhere and hide. So make sure you greet everybody and then mingle and ask forward questions. This is what you're here to do, is to find out what's been going on in people's lives since the last time that you saw them. What's going on with their kids? What's going on with their family? How's the job? What are they doing for fun lately? What's coming up this summer? Any big trips? Circulate the event and talk to people and just constantly ask questions. And then also you can be a connector too, right? If you know that people have similar interests, connect them together, get your clients connected together and build that community. That's what they're looking for. Be a good host in general. Make sure people are enjoying the food, they have drinks and things like that. Just be a general good host. I think you guys will all be great at that. Collecting video testimonials. This is why you want to have a videographer, because you don't want to be the person going around asking everybody for reviews or things like that. That's not what we're here to do. We're not here to sell your service. We're here to appreciate our clients. But might as well try to grab some good content while we're there too. So if you have a videographer, they can film the event, and they can kind of go up to some people and say, hey, I'm taking some film for Matt's event here. Would you guys mind saying a few things about how you got here and what it's like working with Matt, and see if they would do that. Some logistics on this: you may need to have some type of legal waiver form if you are going to post this publicly. So that's something that you may want to look into, but for the most part, from my experience, people are totally cool with sharing their experiences. I mean, if they're showing up to your client appreciation party, they probably had a good time working with you. So get a couple clips of them, enjoying themselves, or just saying, hey, what do you guys think of this event? And have that videographer also take some time with you to talk about your business at the event, so that you have this background of awesome activity behind you talking about it. It's kind of your time to create some content around your marketing activities and your business. Don't involve you and your clients interviewing each other, because otherwise they're going to just feel like you only invited them there to create content for yourself. So that's going to just be a small percentage of your time spent on that video stuff. But have somebody else go around and collect some testimonials You can even give people a heads up that you will be filming at it, and in the invitations in the Facebook, I highly recommend giving people the upfront notice that there will be a photographer or a videographer there documenting, just so that they're aware that that's going to take place. Have handouts and gifts ready to give to the guests as they leave, right? So by the front where people come in and where they will be exiting, make sure that you have something that they can take away. And we'll talk about what those items might be. But I mean, they could be simple stuff or it could be complicated stuff. Depends on what type of event that you are having. But make sure you are the one to give it to them and thank them for coming and tell them that you look forward to seeing them again soon as they exit as well. All part of being a good host, right? And most importantly, have fun. This is your party. You know, you should be organizing and throwing an event that you also enjoy. So make sure that you have fun. Don't drink too much though. So make sure you're doing all those things during the event. And then on the follow-up side, after the event, this is where a lot more great activity can happen, right? So send handwritten thank you notes to everybody who came, all the vendors that helped you do this event. If you had a caterer, send them a thank you for the awesome food. Videographers, send them a thank you note. Photographer, anybody who helped you put on the event, send a thank you. And to everybody who attended, send a handwritten thank you. This is going to help you get way beyond your 10 handwritten notes per week for sure. If you took pictures, by the way, if a photographer's taking pictures, you should take some on your phone as well, just to enjoy, take some selfies, have fun, and then post those pictures either on Facebook in the event space or just in general, post them on Instagram and tag the people who are in them as well, because it makes it fun. They can share them around and be like, oh, wasn't this so much fun? And then take that video, in all the video that you got and collected with the videographer or the photographs that you got, and create a video trailer or a photo slideshow of the event, right? And there'll be plenty of video content that you can put together into different advertisements and things like that, but create a trailer of the event about just how people have so much fun in the community and everything, and you can have a little intro like, hey, this was such a great event. It was awesome to get all my clients together, you know, and here's some great snapshots of us all having a good, enjoyable time, and we look forward to the next event. And you have this kind of video trailer, and then you can send it in an email recap to everybody who was invited. So not just the people who attended. You can send it to everybody who was invited, because that's your community, because maybe some people couldn't attend because they were out of town or other commitments or things like that. But you can send that, you know, recap to everyone and say, hey, this was such an amazing time. For those of you who are unable to attend, we look forward to seeing you next time. It's going to be great. And then if you have some really good, memorable photos, maybe you put those together as little special gifts and you actually drop them in the regular mail to those clients that were there. Really great way to create some impact. As with all things that you do, and some of you I've already spoken to this about, but with your events and with the gifts and with all this stuff, think about how you can always take it up one more level. And then how can we take it up another level? So we can mail memorable photos. We can create t-shirts about the event. We could create individual video trailers for everyone. I mean, it gets pretty complicated as you go to level up, so you have to decide where your cutoff is, budget-wise, time-wise, of course, but always try to take it that extra little step to provide that extra little bit of value. Okay, so that's kind of the before, during, and after the event. Okay, now let's talk about a simple event that you can put together and kind of what an entire event would look like. So I'm calling this the Simple Summer Barbecue Event. This is something that probably wouldn't cost too much money, easy to put together. It's summertime, so if you guys want to host an event in the next couple months, this could be a great way to roll. So first of all, the location. Pick up a public park or maybe even your own backyard, some space that, well, it's free to use. So it doesn't cost you any money to actually host the event in a specific location. Obviously, if you're hosting a public park, make sure you understand the rules and everything if you need to get a permit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For the food, just cater from a local restaurant. Maybe you guys have a great barbecue joint near you. You can cater from there, and you can go anywhere from them bringing and hosting and handing out the food to just you picking up some trays of some hot food and having it, you know, set up on a table ready to go buffet style for people to go. But cater from a local restaurant so you're not worried about cooking. If you're an awesome grill master and you love to grill, you can host it at home. Grill everything up in advance. You don't want to spend all your time over there cooking the food when you should be talking to people. So if you are going to do it at home and you want to cook, maybe hire a chef or somebody else to kind of partner with you and grill up the food for your guests. Music, keep it very simple. You got an iPod, you got your phone, get some speakers. You can either wire the speakers in or you can get some Bluetooth speakers, and boom, you have instant music. If you want to hire a DJ or somebody, you know, to play the piano or whatever, you can do that too. But your iPhone and or whatever phone that you have is free. You can go on like Pandora and just hit up like a party music channel. Make sure that the music that you do choose is uplifting and positive. Don't put in on anything that's kind of down and boring. You know, you want a lot of good energy with it. So, but very easy, you can use that from your own phone. Photo booth. Now, photo booths, you can actually rent them for like as little as like $500, and it comes with an attendant for like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something like that. Or you can, there's apps for iPads and things like that where you can just kind of do a DIY photo booth, but having a place where people can go and kind of like play with some props, you know, maybe you have like a step and repeat backdrop with your logo on it, which would be kind of cool. And people take pictures in front of them, and that's where they can have the hashtag and they can share it out on social media, and they can, there's a printer there. If you're renting a photo booth, it'll come with a printer and you get the photos right there. They're ready to go. Everybody has fun with photo booths. So that's a very easy thing to have at an event like this. Videographer, as I said before, so that's gonna be the pricey thing, right? It's gonna probably be like $1,200 or so to hire somebody to come and document your event and do the post editing and things like that. But it's well worth it because you will get so much content that you can use throughout the year, and you can also then spend a little time with the videographer maybe before the event and after the event if you wanted to do any videoing for yourself for any types of advertisements or things you wanted to do. So do that outside of your client event time, unless you wanted to have some background there talking about how awesome it is to have such wonderful, wonderful clients. Some activities that you can have at a summer barbecue event: a s'mores making station. Have a little fire going, s'mores making station. You can have some yard games in there, whether it's cornhole or other things. You know, you can have adult yard games, you can have kids yard games. You can have some type of contest, whether that's, you know, maybe your audience and your clients are really into baking, and you can have a cookie baking contest. Everybody brings their cookies and you all analyze them and decide who's the best. Hot dog eating contest, I'm not sure how you manage that. Make sure nobody's choking. You can do something fun though, something where, you know, maybe there's an award that somebody wins, or you have like some kind of goofy trophy that people get if you want to keep it really light and fun, and then that trophy rotates around year to year because you're going to do this event every single year. And like, who always brings the best cookies, or who brings the best, you know, pulled pork, or whatever it is. So you can have some fun activities associated with that as well. Gift idea for the takeaway, something for this, you can have like a tote bag with your logo on it, right? And you can have some local barbecue sauce in there because it's a barbecue event. Have something that's kind of with the theme, right? So local barbecue sauce, if there's something like that, or maybe kind of a little barbecue kit, a s'mores kit, DIY fire pit instructions. That could be kind of fun because maybe they're like, oh, we had a lot of fun. If you want to build your own fire pit, here's some DIY fire pit instructions. You know, a water bottle is always a good thing to have in something like that. You got to stay hydrated if you're spending time outside. Other things that you can put your logo on, by the way, water bottles, very cool. A simple market report, always good to slide in a little real estate. Here's a simple, like, you know, mid-year market report. Very, very high level stuff. Very, very high level. I wouldn't even go into putting in any type of comps or anything like that. It's like a super basic real estate review that doesn't even go beyond kind of the, you know, local area, let's say, because all your clients are going to come from different neighborhoods, of course. And then maybe something custom, like if you have an idea of like something custom that you want to do, maybe you have some clients that you have something special you want to give them, you drop it in their bag as their takeaway. But very easy. You can get tote bags online on, you know, any one of those customization websites. T-shirts, you can stuff T-shirts in there. You can kind of do pretty much anything, and you can have a lot of fun with some branding and everything in there too. You know, just make sure whenever you're thinking about gifts, just like when you're planning the event, know your audience and think about what type of gifts they would enjoy and actually use and would be memorable. But here's just kind of some ideas of what you can do to put together that simple summer barbecue event. So I would love to see some of you host some of this stuff. That'd be so cool. I'm thinking of my own barbecue event. I'm getting kind of hungry. That'd be awesome to do a barbecue event. So now you are ready to host an amazing client event. We talked about types of events that you can host, how to get things set up. You know, what should you be doing in terms of setting up the RSVP platform and sending out those invites, utilizing that Facebook event, what to do during the party, being a really, really good host, having some, you know, fun, uplifting, upbeat music to keep the energy levels up, and just kind of going around making sure you're asking forward questions to everybody, engaging, creating that community, connecting your clients to one another. Maybe you have someone who's in need of a financial advisor and one of your clients is a financial advisor. You connect them together. use this as a good opportunity to connect people, be the connector, create the community, because this is your community and people want to be a part of it and they will enjoy being a part of it. So let's recap now that you're ready to go and host. Know your audience, right? Before you select your event, know your audience. Who are you playing to, right? Who's in your community? What do you want this community to stand for? Then plan a fun event with entertainment, food, and drink. I mean, those are kind of the basics for any party. If you go back to your college days, what make party fun? Beer, food, and music. It's pretty much it. So that's a great way to host a great party. As long as the energy level is up, people are going to have fun no matter what, right? That's where the entertainment comes in most importantly. And people get hungry and they're thirsty. Then invite everyone on your guest list. And then maybe then some, depending on what type of event it is. If it's an open summer barbecue, the more the merrier, right? If it's a golf outing, maybe you have a limited number of tickets available. So, but you can still invite a number of people, but you have a cap. So you can still invite tons of people, but you can have limited number of guests. Just set it up that way. First come, first serve, because this is all included, remember. We're not going to be asking our clients to pay for any of this stuff. So invite them, remind them about the event coming up, send out those email reminders and event reminders on Facebook, and use social media to your advantage to invite people, share it. Everything's on the recap as well, right? Make sure you greet everybody as they come into the event, mingle with them, ask forward questions. So thinking about a golf event, make sure you greet everybody and get them all together, and then you can kind of give them the pep talk before you all go out and hit your holes and get buddied up, however that you would set that event up. But make sure you do get around and ask questions. And so if you're doing some type of event like a golf outing, I'm just thinking about this, make sure you have some part of that event where you're all getting together and you do have the opportunity to get to say hi to everybody, because you want to make sure you get in those forward questions and deepen those one-on-one relationships in addition to creating that awesome community of your clients. And then document the event. Make sure that you're taking pictures. You have a videographer there. You want to make sure that you can recap this and share all the fun, excitement, things that you guys did. You want to document this because this is this is a way for your community to also share everything as well. They're going to be documenting it too, so leverage that as well. Hey, if you guys are taking pictures, use the hashtag, Matt's awesome clients, whatever it is, and then collect those and, put a little montage together and send it to people, make it fun. Send thank yous and follow up after the event. Make sure that it's not just, hey, thanks for coming to the event, and then they don't hear from you again. Use the event to your advantage and send out some thank yous, follow up with people and let them know that you had a great time. Send out that kind of video trailer or photo slideshow to all the invitees and let them know what's going to be coming up next. You can always conclude the follow-up with, and hey, we look forward to the next big event that will happen, in the fall, if you're going to be doing another event in the fall. Otherwise, it's like, look forward to seeing you guys at the next event. Stay tuned, whatever it is. And then have fun, guys. Just enjoy your time with your clients. Pick something that you'll enjoy, because if you're not having a good time, your clients won't have a good time. Remember, your energy that you put out is the energy that's going to be fueled and that's going to come back. So if you are having fun, other people will have fun. If you're not having fun, other people aren't going to have fun. So don't plan an event that you're going to hate. Rule number one, don't plan an event that you would not attend, okay? Because your community and your culture starts with you. So pick an event that you'll enjoy and go and have an awesome time, and no selling. You're not here to market your services. You're here to appreciate your clients and create your community, right? So have fun, no selling. And that's really kind of the basics of this, guys. I mean, so go back and recap anything that you wanted to look at on these slides and just create an awesome client event. If you guys have questions about creating a client event, let me know. Shoot me some questions, or shoot me what you're thinking about doing in terms of hosting. But get out there and get hosting these events. You guys are going to have so much fun doing this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed kind of this overview of what I think you can do to put together an awesome client event. There are definitely many different levels of this stuff, and we can certainly go into this stuff in detail if you guys like. And so what I am looking forward to is your questions. Send me your questions, send me your feedback, and then what I can do is collect all that stuff maybe in a week or so, and then I can put together a little Q&A recap of all of this, and we can combine it all into either one big video, or I'll just have them as 2 separate things, and you guys can go and check out what everybody else's questions are. Because if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question, so I want to make sure that I share that with the entire community of ninjas here. You guys are ninjas. You guys are awesome. And so I'm really looking forward to you guys hosting some fantastic events. If you have any questions, let me know. But get out there and get hosting. Talk to you guys soon.